So you already know about what is open source and its benefit. And I hope you must have learned or googled about Git and GitHub. If not, don't worry. Namaste friends, I am Vibhor, and in this video I'll show you how you can make your first open source contribution. Basically all the steps that you need to follow, and we'll also cover common Git commands along the way. On the basis of my experience, what I feel is this is the most important step where people struggle the most in making their first pull request, and many of them maybe quit as well because of lack of guidance and help. So, what are you waiting for? Let's start. So, this is the demo repository that I have chosen to show you how you can make your first contribution. Likewise, whichever the organization you like, you can start contributing it. And as I have told you in the last video, you can click on this issues tab to select any of the issue that you want to work on, or alternatively you can even ask one of your maintainers of the organization or the owner of the organization, like you are the first time contributor and which issue would be best for you to work on, right? So let's start. First step should be to fork this repository. Here fork means making a copy of this repository so that you can make changes to it. So I copy this to my account. So this is forking right now, means making a copy. So this is the uh, copy of that repository. Now why do we need to focus? Basically all the open source organizations don't allow us to make changes to it, right? The procedure is to make changes in our local copy, means any code changes or documentation change, and then you need to file a pull request to it so that they can merge it, and the merge right is only given to the maintainers of the project, not you, not the initial new open source contributors, right? Uh, so let's clone this repository. Here clone means making the local copy in your local system so that you can set up this project. Here right now I'm in the projects directory, so we can clone this project by typing git clone and the project name. So it's cloning. So before that you need to make sure that git is installed in your system, right? So it's cloning 50. Yeah. So here cd to this directory, git first contributions, then ls. This shows all the files and subdirectories of the directory first contributions. Git branch. So git branch basically tells us in which branch we are currently. So we are currently in the on the master branch here. So now let's start making our first code changes and all. So how do we proceed? Basically currently we are in the master branch, but it is recommended that you should not make changes to the master branch, right? You whichever issue you try to solve that issue in the another new branch. So we create another branch from the master branch. Git my first contribution. So now it states that I have switched to the new branch, right? So now if we check git branch, so git branch gives the list of all the current branches, and I am on the my first contribution branch right now. So I open one of the files to make changes to, like contributions.md. Yeah, so this is the file. So let's say anywhere I add my name. So this is just for demo purpose only. Vibhor Agarwal, my GitHub. Vibhor98 is my GitHub username. Then I save it. Now when I here see get status, so what does get status do? So get status gives us the status of the current directory in which, and it keeps track of all the modified files. So now it states that I have, so now it states that I have modified contributors.md file, right? And the changes are not staged for commit. So before committing your changes and before making your pull request, you need to first put this into the staging area. How do you do this? You need to get add dot. Here dot means to add all the modified files to the staging area. Now if you do get status, so here it is. So now these are the changes to be committed, and now these changes are in the staging area. So here git stage means all the files data that you have modified are taken or are tracked by the git itself, and these files will be part of your next commit, right? So whatever the commit you will make, so all these modified files will be part of it. So now I'll commit get commit -m, and then the -m is the flag for adding message. So get commit -m my first commit, let's say, and then I commit it. So it says that I have committed, right? If I do that get status, now it says that nothing to commit because the previous changes that you have made is part of your previous commit, and now after your previous commit you haven't made any changes to it, changes to the current branch, right? Also git log. So git log basically tells us the history of the previous commits, and this is the commit id likewise. So actually before actually pushing, you need to set your origin and upstream branches. Git remote origin, so it states origin. So this origin is already set, and origin is actually my repository, right? And we need to set upstream as well. So upstream will be the repository that we have actually forked, means which repository? This one. This repository should be the upstream one in which we'll take the pull, latest pull, to make our local branch up to date with this branch, right? So now how do we set the upstream? Git remote add upstream in order to add the upstream, and then its URL. So now it will set it. You can check by this command git remote -v. It will show you both your origin and upstream branches. Mostly from your upstream branch you will have pull access in order to make your local branch up to date with this branch, but you won't have push access, means on new code you cannot directly push to it. You need to first make your pull request, and the maintenance of the project will have to review it and then merge it, right? Now we are ready to push our first commit. Git push origin, and origin will be this branch, right, that you have forked. Git push origin my first country. So now you can see that I have pushed to my new branch in on GitHub, right? Even if I type git log, then you can see my latest commit here, my first commit. This was my message, right? And this is the commit ID. So now let's move to this. So it shows that I have just a recent commit, right? I have done the recent commit. So compare and pull requests. Click on that. So it shows my first commit and whatever the changes that I have made in all the files. It will show the list of all the files and whatever the changes that I have made. And so the maintainers of the project, after filing this pull request, generally review those changes. So I'll type modified contributors.md file, right? Because actually I have modified this file. So make sure that this pull request title should be meaningful. And then I'll say create pull request. Yeah. So here, this is the pull request that I have created. This is the file that I have changed and everything, right? So this is how you can also make your first pull request. So congrats, you have made your first pull request. I hope you really liked this video and it will be helpful for you. In case you have any doubts or comments, please don't forget to comment below. And in the next video, I'll share with you my tips that I have actually followed during my GSOC period and my 2 years of open source experience. So I think it will be very helpful for you. So stay tuned for my next video. Meanwhile, please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss any of the future updates. Until next time, bye and thanks for watching.